Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
Wyatt.
Steve.
And tonight we're coming at you with the Carlos Torano Exodus 1959, the 50-year cigar. It's a beautiful looking cigar, a little bit lumpy, but of course it's a hand-rolled cigar. It's very nice, dark wrapper. Minimal veins, and the seams are almost invisible, but I pre-cut this. I was just getting a little antsy, and I got one major stem that I'm a little bit worried about, but we'll see how it goes. But other than that, construction looks good. It's a nice firm pack. So far it looks good. Off the wrapper, I don't really get I don't really get much. More of like just a tobacco and maybe a bit of hay. But off the foot, I get like a nice milk chocolate and yeah. Just a nice milk chocolate. What?
Yeah, I totally agree. Great construction on this cigar. A couple of small little, maybe stretch marks, and a couple of veins running through. I've got that same problem Justin has, potential problem, vein going up to the cap, but I haven't had a problem with too many construction problems with Carlos Torano cigars before. So anyway, off the aroma, to me, I get a little bit of a coffee on the wrapper, and on the foot, it just seems sort of magnified, but yeah, not too much. Maybe a little bit of earth. Steve, what do you think?
Thank you. I get a bit of hay and earth off the foot, not too much off the wrapper. Looks and feels like it's going to be a well-constructed stick. I don't have any stems that I'm noticing right now. I've had this cigar before, but I don't remember too much about it, so I'm looking forward to rediscovering it.
Well, let's get it cut up, lit up, see how she goes.
And the burn to me just smells like coffee. Yeah, that's what I taste. Yeah, pretty dark roast coffee. Pretty long-lasting finish. More on the sweet side, but very nice. Very nice. Great start.
I agree, I get coffee, like a bitter coffee in the draw. As we go now into the finish, just a bitter coffee. Not that that's bad, I prefer more bitter coffee. Definitely some sweet tobacco, and a bit of earth. I don't really get any of the chocolate I smelled off the foot. Maybe my nose is broken. But yeah, so far a real good start. Steve?
I don't get any chocolate either. Do get that like espresso flavor. Pretty light textured smoke, but a medium to full-bodied cigar. Finish is pleasant, and so far so good.
I get a lot of pepper on the retrohale too.
I haven't retroheld yet.
No. None on the finish, none at all, but very, very peppery in the retrohale.
Yeah, like a not a peppercorn, but with some nice black ground black pepper.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the first third, see how she develops.
Welcome back. We're about at the 10-minute mark on this Torano 50-year Exodus. The pepper has developed more as I've gotten into the cigar. It's a pretty nice pepper. It's not like some of the Laros or some of the other cigars where the pepper bites your tongue. It's more like the aftertaste after eating something with pepper. And the coffee's kind of subsided a little bit. It's still there, but it's not as prominent as it was in the beginning. Trust me.
Well, yeah, I agree. The pepper has built a little bit, but for me, this cigar is about a medium in body, maybe a medium to full, kind of mild on strength. I expected it to be a little bit, and it may pick up as we go through the cigar. Burn is not razor sharp, but not needing any touch-ups. Construction draws fine. That big vein has not been an issue yet, or stem. Flavors, I still get like a bitter coffee throughout the draw into the finish. It's an overall like a sweet tobacco, real nice. Not overly sweet, just a subtle sweetness. That finish is really long. I can still taste it into the next draw. The pepper has built. It kind of sits on your tongue. I don't just get it in the retro hell. It does come in on the finish, sits on your tongue, but it is a very slight pepper. Not very, very strong. Why?
At risk of sounding like a broken record, I completely agree. Slowly building pepper, that real nice, dark, kind of bitter, dark roast coffee, the finish, and that's about it. My only complaint with the cigar is that the draw is a little bit snug, but other than that, really, really nice.
Let's get into the second, third, approach the midpoint.
Well, we're about halfway through this Carlos Torano Exodus. A couple of small little flavor changes. That pepper to me is pretty much gone on the retro ale, but on the finish I get it kind of in the back of my throat. Overall, the taste and the flavor that I've been getting throughout, kind of that dark, sweet coffee that's still there, that's really the predominant flavor. I'm not getting much else, but it pairs well with coffee. Pretty good construction. I had a couple little burn issues, but nothing to be worried about. So overall, good stick.
I totally agree. Great cigar. It's built in strength and body for me. It's hovering right around medium to full for me in body, and probably medium, and maybe medium to full in strength, but I would say medium right now. When we got up to turn the camera back on, it got me a bit of a head rush. It's definitely building in strength. I too have lost the pepper. I don't really even get it in my throat. Mostly what I'm still getting is just a nice subtle sweetness, bitter coffee on the finish, excellent flavors, and maybe a bit of earthy undertones throughout the whole profile. It's very deep flavors for me. I'm really enjoying it. Again, no construction issues. Burn has been not razor sharp, but not needing a touch up. So far, really good. Steve?
Thank you. Well, I've had one side of the cigar that went out. I had to touch it up a little while ago. But other than that, it's I guess burning somewhat okay. Flavors, I agree, it's very pleasant smoke. It's interesting. It's peppers subsided a bit. It's gotten a little bit sweeter. The coffee's still there. So far, so good.
Well, let's get into the final third and we'll check back in.
Welcome back. We're the final third. Some of us are a little farther down than others, but we're well into the final third. Medium to full in body for me, about a medium in strength. It's definitely packs a little bit more of a punch than when we first started. Burn is almost razor sharp now in the final half of this cigar. Construction's good, draw's fine. That one stem that I was a little worried about never posed a problem. Flavor for me really hasn't changed. I'm still getting like a sweet tobacco, coffee in that finish. The pepper started to come back and then it went away, so it's really fleeting. It's not really a major player, but the earth did build up, and it's definitely got an earthy profile from start to finish. The finish is still very long. The retro hell, I still get a lot of the coffee and a bit of that earth. The peppers, like I said, very fleeting. But all in all, a really good stick. I definitely smoke it again. I think it's really nice for an end of the day cigar because it's definitely on the fuller side and packs a little bit of punch. If I was going to rate it, I'd give it, I want to say somewhere between an 8 and 8.5. So, but I'd say 8.5. It is definitely a good stick. I really enjoyed it. Why?
I agree. Definitely a solid medium stick. At times it sort of played with medium to full. When I got it to turn the camera on again, got a little bit of that lightheadedness, but it's not going to knock you out. But overall, yeah, not too many real flavor changes. That coffee, that kind of dark roast coffee, and that was really it. I mean, there was some earth in there, and that pepper was there for a little bit, and that kind of played a part in the second half, but not a real central role. Yeah, I'd agree, an 8.5. Something I definitely smoke again, something that pairs well with coffee as an end of the day sort of cigar. Can't do much better. Steve?
Thank you, Wyatt. The one burn issue I had sorted itself after I had touched it up the first time, and I haven't had to relight it since. I'm getting a little bit of a wood earth flavor. The coffee's still there. Spiciness has gone away, or the pepper has gone away, excuse me. Overall, a very good cigar, a cigar that I've smoked before and a cigar that I'll smoke again. I agree with an 8.5 for this cigar. Definitely one of the better ones around. And yeah, good cigar.
Well, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, greatly appreciated. But until next time, smoke them if you got them.